Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you all are safe. Welcome to today's social studies class. What do you see in this picture? Yes, these are the pictures of war. Why do wars occur? Wars occur due to conflicts between the people and the nations. When one country tries to dominate another country, so it leads to wars. Let us start our lesson today, the world during the world wars. Eric Hobsbawm, a great historian, called the 20th century as the age of extremes because fascism was growing on one hand and democracy was also growing on another hand. Children, what is fascism? Fascism is an ideology which was developed in the defeated countries. They didn't allow any other interest within the nation. Fascism is the ideology of national unity to win over other nations. And you know, children, what is democracy? Democracy is an idea of to the people, for the people and by the people. Before this, many countries were like colonies under the European countries. But all those colonies, they wanted to have a democratic countries for themselves. So they began to fight for democracy. Again, life expectancy was growing high. During the first half of the 20th century, life expectancy was growing high. Here, life expectancy means people began to live more number of years. This was possible due to the medical facilities, improvement in the medical facilities. And also, literacy levels became high. Literacy levels, that means more number of people were more number of people wanted to get better education. So that is literacy levels. These literacy levels were high during the first half of the 20th century. New art forms were also came to known to the people, that like movies and all. Before the first half of the 20th century, people don't know about the movies. So these were started only in the first half of the 20th century. And also many new discoveries were found by the scientists. Many things were discovered in the fields of science and atoms and all. More than 100 countries became independent. More than 100 countries which were before colonies, they have became independent during the first half of the 20th century. And also many socialist societies came up. Socialist societies are nothing but here many people were trying with equality in the society. So like these socialist societies came up, and also here some countries adopted their own democracy and all. So that's why Eric Hobsbawm, the great historian, called 20th century as the age of extremes. Children, remember, this question is asked under 4 marks during the last Essay 1 exams. So learn it carefully. Nextly, if we see, in the beginning of the 20th century, the world was divided into the industrialized countries of the West. That is, you can see here London, France, Germany and Poland. All these countries were the Western countries which were industrialized and developed countries. These industrialized countries made all the African countries and Asian countries as their colonies. Simply to say, the world was divided into the West and the rest. Western industrialized countries and like Britain, Germany, France, etc. and the other Asian countries as their colonies. The industrialized countries of Europe, they have split into two enemy blocks. On one side it is Germany, Austria and Hungary, and on the other side Britain, France and Russia. These Germany and its allies were known as Central Powers or Axis powers, and Britain and its allies are known as Allied powers. Each group wanted to dominate over the world and control as many colonies as possible, and this led to the occurrence of the world wars. So the first world war started in the year 1914, and it was really a world war because almost all the countries of the world had participated in this, and it came to an end in the year 1918. Children, we will see now what was the immediate cause for World War I. On June 28, 1914, a Bosnian Serb, that means a Serbian who lives in Bosnia. So he assassinated the Crown Prince Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. Children, here Crown Prince, it is nothing but Crown Prince means here Yuvraj. There were also some long-term causes for the World War I. First of all, we see aggressive nationalism. What is aggressive nationalism? Aggressive nationalism is nothing but having love towards one's own nation and hatred among the neighboring countries. That means they love their nation very much and they hate the neighboring countries so much. So this was also one of the cause for World War I. Nextly, we see imperialism. Next cause is imperialism. Imperialism here means, children, already we have discussed, there were some superpowers who has emerged as the great industrial powers. Those countries like Britain, France, Russia, all these powers, they had already, they were industrialized powers. These old powers and the new powers like Austria, Hungary and all, they wanted, wanted to redivide the colonies among themselves. But these old powers, they were not accepting to redivide the colonies. So this was also had become the cause for World War I. Secret alliances. Here Germany made a secret alliance with Austria and Italy, and it was called as Triple Alliance. Here children, alliances means groups. They formed as groups. One country, Germany, made a secret group with Austria and Italy, and it was called as Triple Alliance. In the same way, Britain also formed an alliance with Russia and France, and it was called as Triple Entente. Children, you understand? Here, secret alliances, this also was one of the cause for World War I. Next is militarism. Militarism is nothing but it is the belief that military power is the best way to ensure security and to solve problems. That means people believed that, people and also the leaders, they believed that for every problem this militarism is the best way, so that they go on gathering the weapons, and they began to pile up some millions of money was spent for the manufacture of the weapons. So like that, between 1880 to 1914, this expenditure on militarism has increased many times. Nearly they spent $397 million in increasing their arms and weapons. Children, you see here graph 1, the armaments race. armaments are nothing but weapons. So these are the you can see here 1880, 1890, 1900, 1910 and 1914. World War I was started in the year 1914, as we have studied before. So from 1880 onwards, people go on spending more millions of dollars in manufacturing of these weapons. So you can see in 1880s it was 132 million pounds, and in 1890 it has increased, that is 158 million pounds, and by 1914 the money that was spent is on increasing their armaments is 397 million pounds. That means they have spent lots and lots of money in increasing their armaments. So this question will be asked under analyzing question. Previously they used to ask for 2 marks, but nowadays they are asking this for 4 marks. Children, you need to remember and you need to analyze it well. What was this about, how to write and all, you need to do this. There are 3 important things in the context of militarism. Firstly, all these countries had built massive standing armies for their defense. All these countries, like whatever I have told you, Britain, France, Russia, Germany, all these countries, they have built massive standing armies. That means very big army. They had built a big army, strong, powerful army for their defense. Secondly, they competed with each other in increasing their military weapons. As we have seen in this armaments race, all these superpowers, they had gone increasing their weapons. They encouraged people to support wars. They also even encouraged the people to support the wars. And thirdly, a large industry of weapons emerged. So they also, because of this increasing of weapons, a large weapons industry also was started, which constantly promoted the idea of using war as a solution to diplomatic problems. That means people also have convinced that they can solve their problems only with the war. War is the main thing which can solve their problems. Another cause is Balkan politics. There were many small kingdoms in the Balkan Peninsula. Balkan is a peninsula, and in this peninsula, many people who belonging to different sects and who speak different languages used to live in this Balkan Peninsula, and they were being ruled by the Ottoman Turkey Empire. Ottoman Turkey Empire used to rule these people who live in Balkan Peninsula. After the fall of Ottoman Empire, Austria, Germany, Turkey, Russia competed for the supremacy over the area. So after the fall of this Ottoman Empire, these countries, they used to have a competition between themselves to have a supremacy over the area. Moreover, Russia and Turkey were trying to control the Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea into their hands for a long time. That means, children, you understand here, there were also some conflicts between Russia and Turkey to have a control over Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea. Why? Because trading, these were acting as a trading post. So there was always tense situation around the region. At the same time, Austria was trying to suppress the Serbian rebels in Bosnia. So actually, the Serbians was suppressed by Austria. That's why what we have seen in the immediate cause, Bosnian Serb assassinated the crown prince of Austria and Hungary. So as these Austrians were suppressing these Serbians, this Serbian, one of the Bosnian Serb, killed this Austria-Hungary prince. That was also the main cause. Now, children, I'll be putting some PDF of textbook e-textbook PDF. So you also go through once up to whatever is over, go through, and I'll also keep some notes which I have given for 9th standard A students. That means now 10th A I have given already notes. That notes also I will be putting to you. You complete that notes. Both B section and C section children, you both complete, and A section children, you prepare at least 50 questions. At least